Chapter 65. Listen and repeat. Conversation. What's this?
It's a village.
How many people live in the village?
About 500 people live in the village.
Where is it?
It's in the center of a farming region.
What kind of farms are there in the region?
Most of the farms are dairy farms.
Is there any other kind of farm in the region?
There are also a few market gardens.
What do some of the farmers grow?
Some of the farmers grow fruit.
What do some of the farmers have?
Some of them have apple trees.
What do others have?
Others have plum trees.
What do some of the farmers raise?
Some of them raise cattle.
What do others raise?
Others raise sheep.
What do some of the boys study?
Some of them study engineering.
What do others study?
Others study farming.
What do some of the farmers grow?
Some of them grow wheat.
What do others grow?
Others grow potatoes.
Where do some of the farmers live?
Some of them live in a village.
Where do others live?
Others live out on their farms.
In this sentence, out is used adverbially and means outside the village. Note also that when indicating location with farm, the preposition on is used rather than in. What's this?
It's the local town.
How many people live in the town?
About 30,000 people live in the town.
What's in the center of the town?
There's a square in the center of the town.
What's in the square?
The county court is in the square.
Why is there a court in this town?
It's the county town.
What does that mean?
It means that local government is located there.
What's around the square?
There are offices and shops around the square.
What do some of the shops sell?
Some of them sell farm equipment.
This is a square.
This is a circle.
A circle is round.
This is a rectangle.
This is a triangle. Squares, circles, rectangles, and triangles are shapes.
A railway goes through the town. Several trains stop there. They take people to Manchester. Manchester is 20 miles away. There's a passenger service on the railway. Buses also go through the town. There are several buses every day. Many of the people have cars.
Vocabulary. Burgundy. Cattle. Noun. Circle. Noun. County. County court. County town. Court of law. Dairy farm. Either. Adjective and pronoun. Engineering. Noun. Farm. Noun. Farmer. Farming. Noun. Government. Interesting. Adjective. Invention. Local. Adjective. Market garden. Neither. Adjective and pronoun. None. Picturesque. Plum. President. Rectangle. Region. Round. Adjective. Shape. Noun. Sheep. Noun. Side. Noun. Slow. Adjective. Square. Noun. Stop. Noun. Triangle. Noun. True. Adjective. Village. Noun. Wheat. Wild. Adjective. Yet. In questions. Verbs. To be. Supposed. To farm. To grow. Grew. Grown. To hope. To raise. To suppose. To tour. Insights. Cattle. This noun has a collective meaning. It refers not to a single animal, but to a group of animals. Therefore, it is treated as plural and agrees with the verb in the third person plural, even though its form appears singular. Sheep. In this different case, the word has the same form for both singular and plural. Depending on its meaning in context, the verb can agree either in the singular or in the plural. Farm. In English, it often happens that a noun indicating an activity, the object of that activity, or the place where it occurs, has the same form as the verb indicating the corresponding action. For example, farm, to farm. From the verb, other nouns can be derived by adding appropriate suffixes. The suffix er indicates the person who habitually or professionally performs the action. For example, to farm, arrow, farmer. The suffix ing indicates the general or abstract activity. For example, to farm, arrow, farming. Or, in other cases, the result of the activity. For example, to build, arrow, building. To hope. This verb can have several constructions. It can be used on its own when the object of hope has already been mentioned by another speaker. In this case, it may appear in expressions such as I, we, etc., hope so equals I/we, hope yes, and I, we, etc., hope not equals I/we, hope no. The verb to hope can be followed by a noun introduced by the preposition for, or it can introduce an infinitive clause or a that clause. Dialogue. When are you going to take your holiday? In August. How long will you have? A whole month this year. Do you know where you're going yet? Yes, we've decided to tour France. Oh, that should be interesting. I hope so. We're going to take a slow and easy trip. How are you going to travel? We're going by bus. Why not by plane? We can see more by bus. Are you going to make any long stops? We'll probably spend a week in Burgundy. Oh, that's supposed to be very picturesque. Yes, that's what I've always been told. Note 1. In the interrogative sentence, do you know where you're going yet? The adverb of time, yet, is placed at the end, following even the indirect question, where you're going, which here functions as the object of the verb to know. It therefore forms a single unit that cannot be interrupted. Yet refers to the main clause, do you know yet, equals, do you already know? Note 2. In the sentence, I hope so, the adverb so replaces the entire statement previously mentioned by the interlocutor. This use of so is common with verbs meaning to think, to say, to expect, etc. To expect, to say, to suppose, to tell, to think. The corresponding negative form uses the adverb not. Unit 66. Grammar. Quantifier adjectives and pronouns. I've read it several times. Several of the passengers got hurt in the accident. Did you see much traffic on the road this morning? Much of what he says is true. The poor boy had no money for books. None of our teachers has ever been to America. In English, there are various types of adjectives and pronouns indicating quantity, quantifier adjectives and pronouns. The pronouns generally have the same form as the corresponding adjectives, except for no and none of. The pronouns, the second of the two, take the preposition of, forming of constructions. Among quantifier adjectives and pronouns, we can distinguish those indicating total quantities, all of, each of, both of. Indefinite quantities, some of, any of, several of. Partially defined quantities, much of / many of, more of, most of, enough of, a little of, a few of, little of, few of, less of / fewer of, least of fewest of 0 quantities, no of none of. Note that regarding quantifier adjectives, some can refer to both countable and uncountable nouns, others only to singular or plural nouns, and others have different forms depending on the type of noun. Review. Uses of the definite article. Frederick bought a record player and a radio, but he returned the radio. The wines of Italy are the best in the world. He called for the doctor. Fish swim in the sea. What's in the paper today? The tiger is a beautiful animal. Richard is the best student in the school. Jane is sitting in the first row. Who's the President of the United States of America? The definite article is used differently in English than in Italian. The article is omitted in many cases where it is present in Italian. It must be used with nouns already mentioned and therefore defined, with nouns defined by complements or clauses, with nouns referring to unique things, with nouns representing things of which there is only one, for example, the sea, the sky, the sun, the weather, the world, with nouns indicating shared institutions or objects, with singular countable nouns used to refer to an entire class, with nouns preceded by superlative adjectives or ordinal numbers, with certain geographical names, seas, rivers, mountain ranges, island groups, and plural country names.